Hey, everybody. Welcome into the building. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Nice to see y'all here. I hope your week is going well so far. Listen, out in Jersey, we something going on. Some rain, some snow, a little bit of ice. But we here and all is still well, okay? I'm hanging in there. So yeah, we getting a little bit of crazy weather, but all is well. Listen, it's trending topics. It's Thursday night and the title is simple. It's called Strange. Strange. That's the title. Real simple, real sweet, real short. Strange. So Wendy Williams' son is facing eviction. And y'all know over here, I always feel for the kids, no matter how old they are or how young they are. I always feel for the kids. But it baffles me when people don't see the writing on the wall. And you know who's gonna have to see this writing on the wall eventually? The Combs kids. The Combs kids. The Combs kids are used to living a uber rich lifestyle. Like, no joke. Like, they didn't have to do anything for themselves. They just had to ask and there it appeared. You want a car? Let's go. As a matter of fact, the dealership is coming to us. You want an apartment, a house, a condo, whatever? Let me call the realtor. And next thing you know, you got the keys to your condo, apartment, or whatever it is you want. You want clothes? Let me call up Dior myself. That's how they was living. And they're still slightly in that mode. But by the time this is all said and done with Diddy, no matter which way it goes, they're not going to be living that way. Yeah, I think a few blocks down, like, in my development, I think there's some houses for sale. They may want to start looking sooner than later. They may want to take some of the money that's in the bank now and go put a down payment on something, but something they're going to be able to afford. Not off of daddy's money, off of their own money. Go get you a nice condo, pay for half of it or pay for all of it. But they need to make their moves now. So I go back to Wendy Williams' son, who this is his second time facing eviction from the same building. 9 times out of 10, if you miss 1 month's rent, all right, maybe you could catch up. You miss 2 months' rent, okay, maybe you still could catch up. But when you start to fall 6 and 7 months behind, it's a wrap. It's not a good thing. How do you recover from that? If your family, and it's really for your mom, had to do a GoFundMe so y'all could get a lawyer for your mom, then you can't be in a luxury building up in the sky. And it don't take the smartest person to know that. Now, I feel for her son, but he got the downgrade because he can no longer afford this luxury apartment in the sky. Strange how he's not thinking, we got to GoFundMe for mama and I'm up in this luxury apartment. It don't make sense. But let me talk about the next story because we'll talk about it. So Jay-Z was on Tony Buzbee's neck, the lawyer that has all of these cases against Diddy, these civil lawsuits. And one of the cases, he added Jay-Z to it. And Jay-Z was on his neck, asking the court to sanction him, to say he was a bad lawyer. He was relentless with it. Then all of a sudden, quietly, you know what I don't like? I don't like when everybody want to scream, when they want to scream loud, when they say you done something wrong. But the apology is a whisper. So he was screaming, Tony, you're a bad lawyer. You're dirty. You're grimy. And then all of a sudden, we find out he's backing down. He's no longer asking the court to sanction Buzbee. I'm like, what's that about? Strange. But we're going to talk about it. Then the last story, Diddy was out of control, to say the least. That's like an understatement. Out of control. But we have said many times over here, and many of the lawyer people that follow me agree, he couldn't have done this solo on his own. You got the bodyguards who saw everything but said nothing. You got the people in the house, everything. Everybody saw something, because now they talking, I knew this, but they never said nothing. So you got this Day26 coming out and saying the people that were surrounded by Diddy is just as bad as Diddy. But we didn't need Day26 to tell us that, because we've been saying that over here for a hot minute. But what's a little different about Day26 and some of these Jane Doe, John Does, or whatever that's coming out, you could kind of tell that something happened. Now, what is the something? I don't know, because they didn't even really tell us. But you could tell something happened. So how is this Diddy case going to go? I know people been asking me for months, Diva, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think it could go either way, unless they get the smoking, you know what, so to speak. The smoking pow pow. I think it go either way, unless they get the smoking pow pow. And in my mind, the smoking pow pow is somebody like this Day26. Because unlike, what was that other one that did the interview, and she seemed like she was high as a kite talking about Diddy. Her name is slipping my mind right now. But someone like this Day26, someone like allegedly a Justin Bieber, someone like allegedly a Usher, if those individuals are brought to the stand, I don't think Diddy wouldn't see the light of day, so to speak. Some of these other people, like Andrea English, her on the stand is going to be a whole disaster. It's going to be like that ASAP Rocky case now with that ASAP Relly on the stand. That ASAP Relly is a disaster on the stand. A disaster. A complete and utter disaster. It was like Woody in that other case, that was it that other case, the name is slipping my mind right now. It's like that he was like a Woody. ASAP Rocky is a mess on the stand. So many people say ASAP Rocky is going to walk, and he probably will. If you put YSL, thank you, Handy B. Yeah, it's like YSL case. So Woody was a mess. So if you put the Andrea English, even if you put Cassie, you put the girls from Dirty Money on the stand, it could go either way. But now you pull a Usher, Justin Bieber, this Day26, I don't think it's going to go well. So Diddy has done a lot of dirt. He didn't do this dirt solo. And this case is going to be, oh, what a case. It's going to be, oh, what a case. It's going to be, oh, what a case. Say, hey, Miss Diva, I really like your commentary, even when I don't agree due to the delivery. I ain't mad at you. I appreciate you. Yeah. So, I Day26, we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it. But something about the conviction in his voice, the one that is speaking, something about the tears coming from grown man's eyes. It takes a lot for men to let down and become vulnerable. So Diddy is all I can say. Woo! Listen, guys, y'all know what I need. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Strange. We got Wendy Williams' son. He's facing eviction. We got Jay-Z versus Tony Buzbee. And Jay-Z told the judge, okay, forget about it. Don't sanction him. And then we got this Day6. They pretty much call Diddy evil, okay? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And who? Yes, he does. That's all I can say is yes, he does. And before I bring the people in the building, I want to say this. Forgiveness will bless your life. It really will. And when I was growing up, once somebody died, the people was like, okay, all bets off. Don't talk. Just let the dead rest. Don't talk dirty on the dead, so to speak, right? What's the name? 50 Cent. He's teamed too much a lot. And so Irv Gotti passed away. And, I get it that he had his issues with Irv Gotti. He had his issues with the whole Murder Inc. crew. But this man is gone. Can you not let bygones be bygones? He's gone. But in his death, 50 Cent found a way to still troll Irv Gotti. It's disgusting. Yeah, 50 Cent is ruthless. He's ruthless. Just too much. And I want to say to him, who hurt you? Can we give you a world virtual hug? Because this is too much. But I'm bringing the people in the building. Hold on one second. Hey, Savannah. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Julius. Hey, Tay.
Hello.
Hit the
Hey.
like button, y'all. Hey.
All right, y'all. We're going to get right into this first story. And this first story is Wendy Williams' son is facing eviction for the second time. Sometimes I think people got to wake up and realize that, you know what? Yesterday ain't today. Yesterday, I was able to afford this mansion and 3 cars. Today, I can afford a townhouse or apartment or studio apartment and a bus pass. It ain't nothing wrong with it. But you got to recognize it before it's too late. Okay. Awareness is everything. So let me go ahead and share screen. So kicked out. Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Jr., threatened with eviction from Miami luxury pad for the second time as family struggles with money. Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Jr., has been threatened with eviction from his Miami apartment for the second time. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal that the former Wendy Williams show host only son was served an eviction notice for his rental on January 28th. Okay. This is the second time Kevin, 24, was served with an eviction notice at this address and at least his third eviction proceeding overall during his time living in Florida. According to the court records, Kevin failed to pay rent through the month of January, with his monthly rent set at $3,731. The property's ownership company claimed that Kevin owed a total of $4,316 and that Kevin was served a notice to pay rent or vacate the premises on January 7, 2025. According to the filing, Wendy's sons heeded the warning quickly, as it appeared that a voluntary dismissal was filed on February 3rd by the ownership company, indicating Wendy's son likely paid his back rent. One source close to the family told the U.S. Sun, Kevin really needs to get his S together. He's a grown man, and there's no excuse for him not paying his rent. Back in February 2024, after Wendy's Lifetime docuseries aired, the same building served him with an eviction notice after he allegedly failed to pay his rent. The filing claimed Kevin, who signed the lease in November 2023, had failed to pay that February rent and owed the building a total sum of $4,317.08. The case was resolved in March 2024, and an attorney for the property filed a notice to dismiss the case. Before these notices, Kevin was served another eviction warning at his previous apartment. Back in 2022, the U.S. Sun can exclusively report that he was evicted from his luxury $2 million apartment for failing to pay his rent. The eviction came on the heels of his mother being placed in a financial conservatorship. In those eviction papers, Kevin said his mother has always paid for his housing. As the lease approached the end, my mom went through some health issues that put the court in control of her finances, Kevin said of the lease that ended in February of 2022. As a U.S. son was first to report, Wendy, who has been speaking out about the restrictions of her New York guardianship, flew down to Florida to see her son graduate from college in December. In exclusive photos from that day, Wendy was seen riding around the campus grounds in a bright and red electric wheelchair. Wendy was accompanied by her sister Wanda Finney and her elderly father, Thomas Williams Sr., for Kevin Jr.'s big day. In recent interviews, Wendy opened up about her concern over her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, possibly not allowing her to visit her father for his 94th birthday. During an interview with the Breakfast Club in early January, she said, "I don't know whether I'm allowed to fly to Miami to see my to say happy birthday to my dad." Now, I'm not going to go continue into Wendy stuff. Somebody needs to tell her son, you got to get it together. And these rentals that are causing you almost $4,000 or $5,000 is not what's up. You got to downgrade. It's just that simple. Your mama does not have the money that she had before. She can no longer pay your rent. She said that she got $15 in the bank. Kevin Jr., what are you doing? Savannah, your thoughts?
Well, Diva, I'm gonna be on the side of Kevin on this one because $3,000 in South Miami, that's normal. That's a given rent. He's not living in not like the first apartment where he was living in that $1 million luxury building where Wendy even said that she paid his rent for a year and she spent almost $2 million in getting her son down there. And this was, she spoke of that on the show, in paying his rent, buying him furniture, school. I mean, he cost her a pretty penny. And I did see where he was evicted, failure to pay, and this is when Wendy ended up being um, integrated in the hospital, and she went through her conservative issues. Um, I know almost all my nieces and family members in South Florida, that's a normal rent for them. It's anywhere from 27 to 3,500 a month for rent. So, and they don't live in anything, luxurious South Miami beach kind of condo. So I think this is something, and as we all know, even Wendy said in her documentary, all her money and everything she worked hard for was for her son. And I think that Sabrina should be paying his rent every month. That should be a given. That's what his mom wanted. I absolutely agree that he definitely needs to get a job. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you 100%. This is a grown man um, who has responsibilities, and he should be um, out there working a 9 to 5 as well. However, I think that he should be getting an allotment from his mother's estate, and $3,000 is a normal rent in South Miami. So I'm not going to down on him too hard, but uh, constantly being evicted, you should see the notice come, and you should be proactive instead of reactive, where something like this gets in the media when he hears about it, and her nerves and mental state decline instead of progressing to be better.
Thank you, Savannah. K and J, thank you so much for the super chat. She said Kevin Jr. was raised by a media mogul. Come on, talk. Why hasn't he created a lucrative podcast at least? Sad. Hashtag apply your skills. Hashtag use your network. I'm with you on that, K and J. I'm sorry. There's plenty of opportunities just because you are Wendy Williams' son, where you could be doing better and you could be doing different, and we shouldn't be hearing about your rent, you missing, and they got to take you to court and this, all of that. It's just team too much. Felicia, your thoughts?
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm with Savannah on this one. I can't think of a statement that irritates me more than so-and-so need to get their ish together, because I don't even know what that means. This young man finished school when his mother was in a major crisis and his life was all over public media streets. He managed to go to school, finish, and get his degree. As I was listening to you read the story, It was only like the rent was due January 1st, and they was already wanting to put him out January 20 something. And Savannah's absolutely correct. That's regular average rent down there in Miami. So when you say, well, downsize, I guess he got to go live on the beach, get a blow up mattress and put a tent out there or something. Sabrina is supposed to be paying that rent. She keeps failing to do her job, and she's making it very difficult for this family. This son of hers is a wonderful, wonderful son, and he's so decent and so kind. And I am fed up with the struggles that he has to go through because of the choices and the decisions his parents made. Someone made a comment about how much he paid on Uber Eats. If you watch the documentary, Wendy was the one talking about she was doing all that with Uber Eats. That's how he was raised. Order the food, get it delivered, Uber Eats. He wasn't out here trying to collect $2 in food stamps to go down to the corner bodega. I mean, this is his lifestyle. So he has downsized. So he now has a regular apartment. He's only been back about 1 month. Give him a minute while he's out here looking for a new opportunity with his degree to build his life. He'll do it. Be merciful. Show him some grace. I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Felicia. Tay, your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna be a little different right here. Kevin Jr., do not be like your father, your pappy, please.
Oh my.
Do not be like your pappy. Yes, I know you graduation, Kevin. Yes, we proud you to be graduate college. But Kevin, use your degree to get a lawyer for your mama. So that way, you know, you have to get her back. And then Kevin, stop living in a big apartment that you cannot afford. Kevin, get a job, Kevin. Why not create, videos like on YouTube or Twitch or X, all those social media things right there? Why not use that right there? That'd be good for you to make some money right there. Or to go to get a real job, Kevin. A real job. And that's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Tay. Tay said, get a job. Savannah and Felicia said, Sabrina, the guardian, should be paying the rent. Julius, what are your thoughts?
So I say it is going to take him some time.
Mm-hmm.
Statistics show for college students, it takes them like 6 months to a year unless they go through like what I'm about to do with a work study and building those connections, so then that way you can attempt to try right away.
Okay.
But statistics do show it takes 6 months up to a year to find a job outside of school. I do believe in this time he does need to meet with an independent financial advisor to show him how to handle his money. Because I do believe he wasn't taught economic money management. So I do believe he needs to meet with an independent advisor to know how to handle his money and so forth. As far as Brina, the so-called guardian, Wendy has said on countless occasions the money she's worked for is for her son. So why are you not doing what she said her money was for? And you're not reporting to we haven't seen an accounting of her finances. You can't even produce a fake accounting of her finances. What is it that you have to hide, Sabrina? Oh, I forgot. Brina. Yeah, because you were faking a fraud. And so, to Kevin Jr., I would get in touch with your school, see if you can meet with an independent financial advisor to help you how to handle your money. And also, probably someone through your bank can guide you in that as well. You have your world ahead of you. Don't let this set you back.
Well, thank you, Julius. Okay, the panel has spoken. Okay, so we're gonna move forward into our next story. So Jay-Z was on Tony Buzbee neck. Tony Buzbee is a lawyer that has multiple clients that have multiple lawsuits against Diddy for SA in them. And so one of the lawsuits, he amended it. It only said Diddy in it, and then he added Jay-Z. So now Jay-Z was fighting back. And he was so mad at Tony Buzbee that he said the court should sanction him for being a bad lawyer, if I just summarize it really quickly. But now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he drops it. It's weird. So Jay-Z dramatically drops the brawl with attorney of his and Sean Diddy Combs' R-Team victim as he launches a fresh battle to get the case tossed. Jay-Z has dramatically dropped the brawl with the attorney and the attorney is Tony Buzbee, of his and Sean Diddy Combs' R-Team victim. Radio Online can report the rapper, real name Sean Carter, is reportedly attempting a new strategy to get the case dismissed following the bombshell accusations. In a letter, the rapper's longtime lawyer, Alex Spiro, wrote to the judge, Annalisa Torres. He stated, "We write on behalf of defendant Sean Carter to respectfully request that Mr. Carter's motion for sanctions pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11 be withdrawn at this time without prejudice. We have discussed this matter with counsel for plaintiff who consents to this submission and agrees the withdrawal is without prejudice." In December 2024, the 99 Problems rapper asked the judge to dismiss the lawsuit filed by an anonymous woman who alleged she was just 13 years old when she was R by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs is too old to pursue. Just days before that, a judge denied Carter's motion to identify the woman, who is now 24 years old. Spiro wrote a 2-page letter to Judge Annalisa Torres claiming the victim's allegations were too old to be brought to trial, stating plaintiff cannot recover her sole claim under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, the GMV law, as a matter of law because the statute does not have retroactive effect. Plaintiff asserts a violation of the GMV law for conduct that purportedly occurred in September 2000, but the GMV law was not enacted until December 19, 2000, 3 months after the FAC claims the conduct occurred, and cannot apply retroactively to create a cause of action unavailable to plaintiff at the time in question. The victim claimed the alleged R took place at an after party in New York City following the 2000's MTV Music Awards. Her lawsuit was first filed at New York Southern District in October against Combs, but then it was refiled on December 8th and claimed the 99 Problems rapper was the other celebrity allegedly involved as Celebrity A. According to the alleged victim, a female Celebrity B was present at the time during the attack. The day after the lawsuit was filed to include Carter, he released a statement denying the shocking allegations. He wrote, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Buzbee. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." In the bombshell statement, the rapper also wrote that he will have to explain the cruelty and greed of people to his 3 children with Beyonce. He wrote, "I'm on yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit." So Jay-Z, after all that puff in the chest, he backs down and he asks the court to forget about the sanction of Tony Buzbee. Savannah, your thoughts?
this case just continues to get more deplorable and messy and ucky, and I just there's this is just too much. I don't know if Jay-Z, if this is something that him and his wife talked about not pursuing, or is it that there is some other um, closed door deal that we do not know about. So it's hard to comment on this case to the why, because when these allegations first came out, this was something serious. This um accuser, the female, she was a child. She was younger than 15 when this alleged incident occurred, and she named both Sean Carter and Sean Combs. Um, and at that time, when his name was made part of the lawsuit, that's when Jay-Z claimed that it was a shakedown, an extortion on part of the lawyer, on part of Busby. And if I'm not mistaken, Busby was caught telling some other celebrities that unless they paid, he was going to release their names. And then the young lady, her story kept changing. If I think her dad even couldn't validate her story. So this just keeps getting more odd. And yes, for him to drop the suit, I think it is odd, but I don't know if this is something that him and his wife or just didn't want to pursue, or the lawyer, they apologized and they paid them a sum on the back end that we don't know anything about. So I'm afraid to even comment on this story, Diva, because it just gets more dirtier and murkier. And I never thought that we would see it in front of a judge, but Busby is very shady to me. He didn't properly vet his clients, and where's the 9-year-old that he stated, and the children. There's so many people who are at fault here that it would take the rest of 2025 just to. And even in that original story, there was a female. Who was the female that was with Combs and Carter? I just, this is so dirty. It is so dirty. They've never mentioned the celebrity female that was involved in that incident too, when the attack on the underage person happened. So from the house to the where it happened to being after the VMAs, to even implicating uh, Cameron Diaz's husband or Nicole's husband. I mean, and they were proven not to be there. They were at a whole nother state. It, it's just a mess. It's unfortunate. It's a mess. So that's all I got, Dino.
Thank you, Savannah. And Felicia, you're right. Jay-Z had his whole chest puffed out. This is strange to me. Strange to me. Felicia, your thoughts?
Yeah, and that whole chest being pushed out probably resulted in him getting paid about $20 million. Yeah, I firmly believe that. This case was dismissed without prejudice. So that means that if Mr. Carter wants to bring it back up, he can. And Tony Buzbee, as you did your research here, Diva, you introduced us to that slime trash attorney beating women in the street, giving people STDs, an adulteress, major drinking problem. Whew, he has a whole plethora of reasons why he needed to settle. And I think that's what happened here. Savannah was very cautious, but I do believe that they settled. I don't think Mr. Carter said, okay, I'm going to pay my attorney fees for the last 3 or 4 months going after you. Alex Spiro is $3,300 an hour. Why would he do that? Why? That doesn't make sense to me. You have him pick up your legal fees, and you have him compensate you for the emotional distress that he caused you and your family. Unfortunately, This young woman, this plaintiff, this woman who is said to be autistic and not clear, she's the true victim here. She's the true victim because she made a phone call. She got manipulated. She needed a couple of dollars because her kids, the holidays were coming. She went up there and sat with that woman at the NBC News, and it went very bad for her. And I don't think Tony Buzbee or the Buzbee law firm or Mr. Carter or Alex Barra, any of them care about what happened to her. And I think overall that's what happens to women when things like this go down. We become the victim again. We were victimized one time because I do believe that woman had something happen to her. I didn't believe it was from Mr. Carter and some party at Mr. Combs' home. But, we just continue to be victimized. And I hope that someone can find a way to compensate her for what trauma she was put through for having made such a mistake and been used by Mr. Buzbee so brutally. Yeah, that's a shame. I'm done.
Thank you. Tay-Tay?
Who you try to have your chest puff out, JC? Who you try to have your puff out? Your chest puff out. My bad. Yeah, like I said before, JC, you need to let your lawyer handle this. You need to let your lawyer handle this. Why not take the DNA for your illegal son who keeps saying that you is his pappy? You still ain't take that DNA yet. You better take that DNA for your illegal son, JC. You still got that right there on your plate right there. And then this court right here. And you still can't keep it in your pants, JC. You still ain't keep it. You supposed to be a family man, JC. I guess you ain't now a family man at all. That's all, Diva.
Whew. Oh my God. Julius?
Too many layers and too many curveballs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hot mess. That's all I got to say on this.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll right into the last story. It's getting a little rough, and I hope it'll ease up a little bit. This Day26. I'll just get right into the story because, like I said, Diddy, if certain people are on that stand, he's cooked. So let's get into this. Day26 breaks down in tears over disturbing email from Diddy allegedly mentioning human sacrifices. In a shocking revelation, all 5 members of Day26, Robert Curry, Brian Angel, Willie Teller, I'm going to say Q Mosley, and Michael McCloney, expressed their deep distress after Q allegedly received a disturbing email from their former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. The message allegedly contained cryptic references to human sacrifices, leaving the group confused and emotionally shaken. The group sat with Vlad TV in an interview published Tuesday, February the 4th. Mosley, still grappling with the weight of the message, expressed his frustrations and a sense of betrayal. What about the trauma you put me through when I read that email? That's why it's not just Sean that's guilty. They're all effing guilty, man, he claimed. Though the members do not disclose the exact wording of the alleged email, their reactions indicated the severity of its implications. We're going to listen to a little bit. Of course, I cannot play this whole thing. So we'll take a listen to a little bit.
If you look at what's happening now, as we're sitting here and having this interview, and afterwards we're going to go have some dinner and live our lives, Diddy is sitting in a federal holding facility, possibly facing life in prison.
Right. That's sad in itself as well.
I didn't see this coming.
No. Nobody did.
No one could have predicted 5 years ago that Diddy would be facing life, no bail.
Yeah.
With all the other crazy stuff that came out. Like, for example, were you guys around Cassie at all?
Yeah. She's our close, good friend.
Good friend. Did you see any of the abuse?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
When you saw that video in the hotel hallway.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Man, that could be any man and any woman. That was not deserved. You know what I'm saying? No matter whether it was Diddy and Cassie or whoever it was, that just is ridiculous, bro. I couldn't.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I mean, that video was awful. And I mean, he's being held right now under a RICO. But I've said this publicly. I don't quite understand how one person could be a RICO. And I understand the freakiness, and he likes to see other dudes sleep with his woman.
Yeah.
And,
Allegedly.
Whatever. Like that's
Allegedly.
allegedly
about it.
He may or may not be
heard about
bisexual,
it.
whatever. All that's legal. I don't quite understand what exactly he's being charged with.
Me neither.
Do any of you really understand?
I mean, other than him other than that.
No, but he's not being charged for
exactly.
that. That's past the statute of limitations.
He's paid off or whatever, right?
Yeah, she settled.
Yeah. I don't know, because you can't. I don't think you can go to jail for Vaseline or baby oil.
Yeah, but now you got baby oil back on the shelves again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hasn't been buying out the world supply anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he's a danger to the world right now.
I think trafficking. They said sex trafficking and I think it's racketeering.
I mean, that's the
like
RICO part.
Yeah,
Man.
racketeering.
But I don't, like I said,
Yeah.
we don't know nothing about none of that. We hear the same thing y'all hear from social media.
Like when you start traveling,
This is
and
bullshit.
people start traveling, and there are a bunch of like moving parts.
Yeah.
And a person is being accused of that. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
I mean, there's a
Weird.
million stories and conspiracy
It's weird.
theories out there right now. So me, I'm just waiting on the judgment day, because I don't know. I never really experienced none of the bad stuff that everybody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I do see some stuff that's weird. Like you can't go to jail for baby oil. Why
Right.
is this even a part of the? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's just certain things that don't ring right to me. And I'm not one of the people that's gonna believe everything I hear anyway. But
Well, I
whatever
was with
wrong-
Dirty Money, and I sung background for them when I wasn't a part of Day26.
Mhm.
So I was able to be around them through the album process of them creating Last Train to Paris. And what I witnessed was a sober Sean and a regular Sean. Like when he's regular, he's very cool, very giving. Like it will invite you to dinner. You know what I mean? Feed you around this table. What up, Playboy? What up? Be very excited. Then I saw a high Sean too, which was very dangerous. So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail, and I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help. But he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all, and he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you. It's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you, or it's just really deep, man, with Sean. So I would say I think he's in jail right now just for a good reason.
Well, I did an interview with Roger Bonds, who was in security. Was he around you guys?
No,
No?
I don't think he's around. Well, he was around.
I was around Roger Bonds.
He was around him, right. And he witnessed all the abuse.
Yeah.
But, what you're saying is, basically consistent to what he was saying was that Diddy was, over time became a drug addict.
Yeah.
He would go on these drug binges. Him and Cassie would lock themselves in these hotel rooms for 3-4 days, go on these binges. And during the binges, that's when allegedly the free coughs happen or whatever else. And then they would go and get IVs.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Try to rejuvenate
yeah.
themselves.
That's a fact.
And then a week or two later, go through the same type of thing.
He's also the person that said that Diddy said that he never cared about making a band, and he never planned on using, making a band successful. Like it was
just basically like a lick for him.
Yeah. Like he never really had a business
That
mind
was
for
James said that.
Well, my thing with Roger Bonds
I thought that was
was
Bounce.
like I had an issue with him, and I was kind of like nervous around them because I was in the email, and I saw some things in a personal email that threw me off guard.
Like what?
I don't want to go into details right now, but it just threw me off guard. You know what I mean? To make me be like, you know what I mean? Like I understand you crying now and of the trauma that you've seen, but what about me, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about the trauma you put me through when I read that email?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's just not like Sean that's guilty. They're all fucking guilty, man. Like, and I don't just put the blame on Sean. I blame everybody that's in his circle. They're all minions and they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, you know, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now. You know what I mean? Because I guess whatever. I don't know.
Well, you said that you've seen the drugged out Diddy.
Yeah.
What would happen during those times?
Well, I mean, I can't. I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Shit.
Okay, explain.
I can't, because I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just you. I can't go into details now, but sir, like, I'll tell you, it felt like some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. Like, it felt very scary and weird to where I ran to get help. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true, and I'm caught missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know facts and the truth of what I'm going through and experiencing.
Did you have this conversation with the rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this,
we was in tears. Like,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
in tears, real. I love my brother. What's going on? Tears, real, hurt, pain.
Like, I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now for the rest of my life.
What's the?
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing, kind of like what Fred said he was going through, but it's just, I didn't experience suicide thoughts. I experienced other thoughts of being harmed and stuff.
Yeah, I have people in my family who are both schizophrenic and other people that have been bipolar.
Yeah, it's real scary when you got to keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
you start doing things. I was like walking around Rochester, bro. Like, it's like I really like lost myself for like years. And I don't cry about this no more because I'm stronger. But it's like I was going crazy, bro, trying to figure out like what's going on. And the things that I was feeling are coming to light now. And I'd be like, whoa, that had to be God, you know, intervening and removing me from that situation because it could have got really, really bad. So,
yeah, man, I'm sorry to go through that.
It's okay.
Yeah. But at least they found something that actually helps you out to stabilize you. I think a lot of people, they self-medicate, whether it's with pills or know, whatever else. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Not good, bro.
I'll give you guys a minute.
Yeah, I guess like if this would never came out, I still would have been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch.
Yeah,
because I'm not no snitch. Like I was gonna just deal with it, and I don't know why somebody that evil would.
She broke my glasses.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah,
like, you know, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know, or laugh about it after they do it. You know, like I don't get it. I don't. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well. Y'all were down too. Like that's not fair. That's not fair to him. It's not fair. Fair to me.
It's not fair to people that with actual story that actually been affected by that. Because then it make everybody seem like they just try out to get something or, you know, whatever, opposed to it being real people that went through real stuff, you know.
Did you ever confront Diddy about this?
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. something was wrong. And like on your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't mean to go there. I'm so
No, man,
sorry.
It's all good. It's
I'm
all
so
good.
sorry.
This is real.
Yeah.
And
we gotta take a break.
yeah, let's take a break.
Oh man. Shit. Yeah.
Q.
That shit funny too.
Okay.
And I just broke my glasses, so I can't even cover my face. I can't even cover my eyes. I just broke myself, dog. I can't even cover my eyes now.
Yeah, God damn.
Damn, I'm chasing the car.
Run me one more tissue, bro. Yeah, man. Oof. That's just fucked up. What? Yeah. That's you? That's your phone? Yeah. What you on, Vlad? What you on, man?
Yeah.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting. This has never happened on camera before, has it?
Nah. We was chilling, man. We thought, but I mean, it always feel the same way because we do know, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So whenever you want to express yourself,
Yeah, no, it's all good. Take as much time as you want, man.
Kind of just not cool.
You cry your glasses.
Brian, you good with them?
Yeah, we good. I need to go outside.
Now you can.
Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to. Okay. Very sad. Of course, you should go over there and see the whole interview. Of course, I can't play it. I probably played too much of it here, but we'll carve it out. Just super sad. The group described the moment they read the email as horrifying, with some breaking down in tears, unable to comprehend why their former mentor would allegedly send such a message. Mosley struggled to put the experience into words, hesitating before finally claiming, "I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial." When pressed to explain further, he hesitated. "I can't because I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy person, because I'm not. But when you're under a power, man, it's just, I can't go into details now. But sir, I'll tell you, it felt some sacrificial stuff was going on, man. It was very scary and weird, to the point where I ran to get help. The alleged experience left Mosley fearing for his safety. I ran to my doctor. I spoke up with my family. I spoke up to people around me because I was like, if this is true and I'm called missing or dead or something, I want you guys to know the facts and the truth," he claimed. When the group learned about the alleged email, their reaction was immediate. "We were in tears, real hurt, pain," Curry answered. Mosley went on to reveal that the trauma had long-lasting effects on his health. "I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now for the rest of my life. They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar." I can't play this from their Instagram, but they were singing and they sound really, really good. "I really lost myself for years, Mosley added through tears. "I was going crazy trying to figure out what's going on. I'm happy God intervened and removed me from the situation because it could have got really bad." Mosley went on to describe how if accusations against Diddy never came out, he would have kept his claims a secret. "I wouldn't have snitched. I was just going to deal with it. I didn't know why somebody that evil. I don't get it," he continued. Now crying why somebody would do that to a talented people. "I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone, then laugh about it after they do it. I don't get it. None of them are innocent." Taylor, in particular, voiced his disbelief, stating that the alleged reference to human sacrifices was something he never expected from Diddy. The group admitted they initially thought it was some kind of twisted joke, but as they reread the alleged message, they realized its disturbing tone. The group was also asked if they were around Cassie Ventura during the Bad Boy Records tenure. Yes, she was our close friend, Curry said. Before explaining how they did not witness any abuse from Diddy to Cassie, Curry also claimed he was unaware of Diddy's alleged use of baby oil and found out about the allegations from social media. He's in jail because he's a danger to himself, Mosley claimed. He's a danger to the world right now. It's a scary situation. It's not just him that could hurt you. It's people around him that could hurt you. Day26 was formed in August 2007 by Diddy after he handpicked them to make up the R&B group at the end of the MTV's Making the Band 4. The group released their self-titled debut album on March 25, 2008, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard chart. The album's first single, Got Me Going, was released on the finale of the Making the Band 4. It's loaded. Savannah, your thoughts?
What we're going to need is for this group of grown men to be honest. And because there's no way that you could have been around the Bad Boy enterprise and not seen any type of abuse, whether it was physical, verbal, emotional, because Combs was known for starving his artists, yelling at his artists, locking them out or locking them in places. So I don't believe the young men when they say, or these grown men, when they say that they never witnessed any type of abuse on his part. Those tears are real. They're tears of pain, so I think there's more to this story that they're not ready to discuss. I think these men, and I think it's more than one, were a victim to the monster that Sean Combs is. It's sad. It is absolutely heartbreaking that they're still battling these demons, and it is going to take a convoy of former Bad Boy artists. As we all know, these artists were not paid by Bad Boy as they should have been. He controlled their purse, their time, their money, their food, their talent, and he always hopped on and made it as his own on almost every record. And I need to see Total. I need to hear from Total. I need to hear from Faith, 112. All these artists, former Bad Boy artists, there's so many stories, real pain, real tears that have not been unlocked or shared with the public. So it is absolutely heartbreaking, but it is also good for them to talk about it. And he needs the young man that kept talking. He definitely needs some deep therapy. And it's good to see his group supporting him and know about his pain. So I appreciate that. But they're going to have to be truthful, not only to the public, but to themselves. And I think they're still battling the shame of whatever happened. Because this is more than just an email. That pain, those tears, most of them couldn't even hold their head up. So that's where my fear is. I look forward to seeing the interview.
Yeah, thank you, Savannah. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, super sticker, Natasha. I appreciate you. Felicia, your thoughts?
Hey, Diva, I don't have much on this. I would encourage him to release the email For those of us who really don't know what he's talking about, and then he referred to snitching as something he wouldn't do, but he would take a shot in his arm every month for the rest of his life. No, I think I'd just go tell the truth and try to be well and move on. And I probably would go ahead and file a lawsuit too. If, there were some things done that broke the law, that was illegal. I'm not understanding what that was. So, I'll have more commentary, I guess, if it comes back again. Thank you.
Thank you. Dustin, your thoughts?
My thoughts are this whole situation is very sad, David. It's very this whole situation with Wendy Williams. If I can talk about Wendy Williams, yeah, would that be okay? But I think this whole situation with Wendy Williams, because I think that everybody deserves to have to live her life the way she wants to live it, because she worked for a long time, and I think she has the right to have her own freedom back. And I understand that she's suffering, and nobody deserves to suffer the way she is suffering right now. Because believe me, because I've been through it before, so I know how it feels.
Thank you, Dustin. Tay, your thoughts?
Thank you, Diva.
I'm trying to figure out on Robert, what is that on his head? It's like a curtain or not a claw table on his head, Diva, when you played that video, Diva. I was so confused at first, Diva. What's that on his head? Of course, I remember. Go ahead, Diva. My bad.
I think these guys are traumatized. And I think that more happened than they're willing to say, because I could see the body language of all of them. And all of them were prepared. They had sunglasses. This is tragic. It's tragic. And all I could say is, like Felicia said, I don't know if they still have the email to release it, but I think that as a result of this interview, because all of the prosecutors, everybody's watched, they got someone, if they're not personally watching, they got someone watching these social media streets. And I think this group is going to end up getting subpoenaed. Was it just my thoughts? But I didn't really care. I wasn't paying attention about any of them, how they was dressed in particular. My attention went to the fact that they were traumatized, and it's a lot going on here. They're traumatized. It's a lot. Yeah.
If I may, I saw a Diddy documentary over the weekend on Netflix, and it was full of a lot of people that, like hairdressers and makeup artists and drivers, and all of them talked about being afraid as well and witnessing events, horrific events here and there. And how they were threatened not only by Combs but by others in his camp. So, and they all had that same fear of shame and guilt. And these men couldn't even hold their head up. Almost all of them needed tissues. So there is real trauma and pain that they're carrying. So they should be subpoenaed.
Oh God.
Ooh. And then Diva, I remember Day26 when they on the show from beginning all the way to the end. I think making the band number 4 or 5, which one it was. Of course, I remember them. I remember Q. He was the youngest of the member Day26. Did you always get on to him, something like that? Because he's the youngest. I applaud for Q's speak out about that. Because it's hard to be the youngest. Because wherever those guys go through, when they go through with the contract with Diddy, the bad boy rapper company, you see everything on that mega band, that TV show, what they're going through right there. Diddy want to make them start over and over. And then he be on their videos, their music video, like, since you been gone, I'll put on her. He always appear on those videos, Day26, and then they came their videos right there. Every time, Diva, every time you see him on it. Yeah, I just like I said, Diva, I don't like Diddy at all because he's a nothing but a greedy, hungry money. Because he always want to be on the top right there. He don't care about his artists. He care about to be on top. That's what he wants right there, Diva. That's all he care about. And I love the Day26 when they show support Q right there. That's the brotherhood right there to support their youngest brother right there, Diva. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. Julius, your thoughts?
Well, like Tay-Tay, I remember being a viewer of Making the Band. And when Q would have his emotional outbursts and stuff like that of wanting to do a song in a certain direction, and I would sit back and just think to myself, why you acting like that? And I was a teenager when they came out. I was 14, 15. So, to see, because for a minute, they wasn't really supporting Q. They really wasn't showing him that love. So to see that in this video warms my heart. Because I remember all those fights. And seeing all of them break down and really speaking vaguely, I think all of them did have something done to them. And this next person I'm about to mention, Donnie Clan, he had a solo contract with Bad Boy. He was on the same season of Making the Band as Day26. He had a solo contract. And I think he does something like with Christian music now. He hasn't spoken out as of yet, so I'm going to just say allegedly. That's just my thoughts, but it wouldn't surprise me if and when he's ready. But to see the brotherhood and them supporting each other and just, really signaling and showing that it's okay to be vulnerable is great.
Yeah, I think the brotherhood in that video was amazing. I think that their pain was real. It is just sad, and what's even sadder to me is the multitude of people that allegedly have been impacted in a negative way as a result of one man, and that allegedly is Diddy. And I think it also is very sad because, like that young man said, he said, these people, y'all was being little minions for Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
And
we said it here, and we was crucified.
Yes, we was. We said it here. I kept saying, no, Rico, other people are supposed to be in Rico. Let's bring these other people in and let's knock it off, because he wouldn't have been able to get away with this as a solo person. He had to have help, and he had plenty of help, allegedly. This is very sad. My heart breaks out for them. But I think that, you know, Diddy is going to be cooked, because I do believe that now, as a result of them speaking out in this interview, that they may be subpoenaed in for this trial. So this is going to be over the trial. I think, you know, brace yourself, everybody. Get your prayer life up, because I think the stuff we're going to hear that's going to come out in this trial is going to overwhelm us. I think it's going to overwhelm us. I think as it goes on, and listen, the prosecution, all they need is one good witness that's believable. I think the people that they have right now, you know, it's going to be a little questionable, but this particular group, they appear to seem like they're substance free. You know, what's his, it's not Don Richard. What is the other one name that was
Aubrey All Day?
No, not Aubrey All Day.
D Woods. She just came forward.
Yeah, not D Woods. It's the other one, because she did an interview. She was saying she didn't see. She said Don Richard was weird. She was
the other girl from Dirty Money.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, she was. You know, her. She seemed like she could perhaps be on a little something. So to bring her on the stand could be a little shaky. But I feel like this particular group here, it may not go well. It may not go well. But listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If y'all didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate y'all for coming through for Trending Topics. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not cheat the D-Boys